Rodney Rogers Outdoor. That's 12 years.
You're energetic times.
Just this is welcome to Rodney Rogers Outdoor. That's what I'm going to say. I'm Rodney Rogers, partner co-chief in crime, the man Mike Corey.
Good evening.
How are you, Mike?
I'm good. Testing 1, 2.
Are we live? Good. Good. All right, you guys give me a thumbs up if you're live. Oh,
check. Taking it.
Where you'll be sitting with us for the next hour. We're talking about a couple of cool things. What I did this weekend. What Mike did this weekend. We got Christmas coming up. This past Turkey Day. My Turkey Day. I ate so much turkey at the outhouse.
I didn't even have coffee on Thanksgiving.
I don't even think turkey.
You're joking.
No, I had.
That's cool.
Yeah, I had ham. That's right.
You ate a Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah. Okay. My buddy.
Dinner.
We ate some turkey, or we ate some casserole everything.
That's the best.
Yes. I love casserole. I don't care. You can put like cigarette butt and dirt and casserole.
Well, we went to my sister-in-law's to keep sister. First of all, everything was side dish, the turkey and ham. And I was, you know what? You can just take all of this, mix it all together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just like that. Just one big casserole.
Blender.
Throw it in there. And that's what makes it. Is all the cranberry sauce.
I love cranberry sauce. When I was a kid, I hated it. Like the worst thing you ever could put in my head. Dog wouldn't eat it.
Well, in my wife's opinion, the true cranberry sauce is the one that's shaped like a meat.
Right.
That's the only kind of cranberry sauce that's legit.
That's the one on bad.
The only
It's a
one
red
you offer
can
that.
of cranberry.
Exactly.
That's true cranberry sauce. Yeah, when you see the real cranberries, you're like, what the world is that? And they got like nuts in them and stuff. That's a cranberry.
People like to alter them.
That's not no cranberry I've ever seen them not eat that today. So yeah, that's we had a good Thanksgiving. That's really cool people this weekend. My buddy Brooklyn side of the family. Very awesome. Very just treated like family. Never hacked them. It's been we'll talk about this. Man, when 7 days go by,
All of a sudden, an hour was very, very quick.
it does. And then there's them days when nothing happened and we just go. You talk.
Those are few and far between. We never had a problem with chit-chat.
So I met a gentleman named John, and I was telling my nephew killed his first deer.
I saw that.
Was that awesome or what?
Congratulations.
And
Indiana?
Indiana, yeah, they went to Indiana. He got to hunt. They hunted in Kentucky. Didn't see nothing there. Went over to Indiana, and they saw a lot of bucks, kind of archery, and then they just wanted to get the first deer, so they went from archery to shotgun. So,
No, you can do that.
So he went ahead and went with shotgun and blam, he got his first buck. Nice 8 bucks. They got to bring home a bunch of them.
Cool.
So,
Hey, can I run the intro music real quick?
yeah.
Talk.
What?
I'm not sure the video people know why.
Video, audio.
Yeah, not seeing the little bar doohickey things. Technical term for him. Yeah.
I was going to say doohickey,
Yeah,
but I didn't realize
that's
that.
the right term.
It's doohickey, but that was
Somebody's screaming.
Little man.
Otherwise, log on to YouTube, or excuse me, log on to iTunes. The audio version will be there.
You still can't hear us.
You're on your own, folks. We're gonna have a good time either way. I guarantee you that.
somebody sooner or later is going to hear this. So yeah, he got a 8 point. So he his dad called me, Nick called me and said, "Hey man, how do I get these horns out for my stuff?" One of the gentlemen, my buddy, mom, worker. Shit, I've been singing cipher in that. My 9 2 takeaway carry with 3. Um, so he came up with, "Hey, I heard you talk. Retired tattoo.
Really? That's probably an interesting conversation.
You know what? We talked tattoo.
I'm sure.
You know,
He didn't have a problem. He didn't obviously a passion for it.
not at all. Yeah, not at all. There's a lot of work. And when you talk, you know, about something that someone retired doing, we ought to know what you're talking about. And I've done so much with everything in my life. I could pretty much have that conversation with anybody. Not a pilot. I couldn't do
Been
it.
around times.
I've flown a plane, but I'm not a pilot. So yeah, it was a good weekend. I met a lot of cool people. How was your week?
It was alright. Yawn.
So
It was alright. However, we were in Cocoa Beach, actually, Cocoa Canaveral this time. Our show and everything. Weekend after Thanksgiving is kind of a tradition for us. They moved it from downtown Cocoa Beach Causeway over to the Exploration Tower, right at Cocoa Canal.
Oh, so you were in that park there.
In that park, I've never been there. I've driven by that strange looking building.
Yeah. Me too. I saw you post on it.
Yeah, we were, and even when the show was opening, I was asking people, "What's the okay?" So, hey, I went over. They charge admission for the highest admission is $6.
Oh,
So, but then there's a discount. As a matter of fact, when I went in, the girl was quizzing me. Are you a senior? Are you an army? Are you a? She was looking for some way to give me a
Somewhere
discount.
to
I'm
give
like,
you a
just
discount.
charge me full
I'm
price.
just a guy.
Yep, $6.50, no big deal. So, anyways, every floor, it's very cool. So, if you are in the Cocoa Beach area, stop in. It's worth the time. We started on. She said, go on up to the 7th floor. The 8th floor is where the observation deck is, which is worth it. Which is worth the price of admission. You can see all the cruise ships and all the tankers, and you can see the whole docking area. It's very cool. Floor 7, I went into the auditorium. Of course, windows all the way around. We're getting ready to show a movie. Well, yeah. So the projector screen came down, and so the lines all pitched up. It was very cool. So this panoramic window, the auditorium, windows all the way around that line. And they showed a movie about Cocoa Beach and its green space, and the ecosystem that surrounds it, and the manatee, and talked about it. It was very educational. And it's designed to be educational, interactive. They have simulators. You can drive a simulator of the boats going in and out of the docks and the channels of the port canal there. Very cool. So, anyways,
Wow.
I watched the movie just because I wanted to kind of get the experience and walk around. It was cool. So, if you're in that area, it's done very well. And the price of admission is almost non-existent.
Do they have like a little museum in there? I've seen a local. I follow like a local tattoo Brown's tattoo. He said he posted some pictures a while back. Fish and birds he did.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Various exhibits, and obviously the wildlife and ecosystem of Central Florida and Florida in general. Placard on the wall where you can read about it and listen to things. There's a lot of interactive exhibitions and stuff. Floor number 2 and 3 had a lot of exhibitions on it. They actually have a floor dedicated just for events and meetings and conferences and stuff.
Right.
Bottom floor obviously is a gift shop and a coffee shop. And I wish I knew the coffee shop up there on day 1 because I didn't find out until the end of Sunday that I had coffee right in the
Sometimes they tell you fine.
So people in Central Florida, check out the Exploration Tower at Fort Canaveral.
I want to go check that out. So if you're listening, go with me and check that out.
It's really cool.
So bring it over here.
It's worth it.
Get me. I want to go check it out. I knew as soon as they got it done, it would be really awesome.
Yeah.
Did they talk about why they designed the building the way they did, or?
Well, I took Blink one time. I wasn't on a tour.
Oh,
Just on my own.
I see.
It wasn't really populated on Sunday. There wasn't a big crowd. So I went the following tour. She said, "We're on the 7th floor. We're going to start a movie. Then we're on the 8th floor with you." So I pretty much did the movie, the 8th floor, and then the 8th.
Yeah.
So I stopped and looked at the things that I didn't spend much time because I had something.
It would be a cool trip to maybe spend a half a day.
Sure.
There's a lot of awesome restaurants. Now, on your trips and all that stuff, what restaurant?
Well, we have found one restaurant in Cocoa that we think is deserving of making a special point. It's called the Best South of Cocoa Beach. We found it. To be honest with you, we found it last year. Fell in love with it.
I saw it. I drove by it. That's what my problem is. Yeah. We've talked about that place a few times.
Yeah. Now we found out this time, quite honestly, we weren't as impressed with the very first time. Yeah. So, but we found out that they have opened up a new place somewhere else downtown Cocoa Beach. It's called Crush Level. It's more of an New American cuisine. Same chef, same owner, so we're excited to check out the Crush. There you go. Moving on. What are we talking about? Let's talk about something fun. It's December, Rodney.
It is.
It's over. It's December.
We're 20, what, 3 days?
It's like 80 degrees outside today.
Most people are posting snow. I love seeing snow in Florida on Facebook. You know what all the posts say? I love seeing the snow. So yeah, I'm not been snowed out. We had a little chilly Friday, Saturday night, not so chilly. I got to sit by the campfire Friday night. It was pretty awesome.
Well, I was thinking of you because obviously it is the Christmas season. And last year we talked a little bit about gifts and things you want. So I started thinking about gifts for the outdoors because it's not really smart of us to wait till maybe the week before Christmas because most people right now when December hits, Thanksgiving's over. What am I going to get Rodney for Christmas? Now it's time to start turning your heads around and looking for Christmas. So I thought it'd be fun to maybe spend time tonight talking about, not as a topic, just maybe as an appetizer.
Yeah, that's actually a great idea. I mean, because you could have the man or woman or
no, exactly
coming up in the outdoors. What's in?
Well, here's what I want to know first of all.
Okay.
As an outdoorsman, right? You're an outdoors. What don't you want for Christmas?
Man, that's the outdoorsman. I've always said, and I've always told.
What's that list of things like? Please, if I get one more,
Which you do.
Yeah.
You in the outdoors, you can't have enough. You get two of something, you're okay.
Okay, but yes, and I actually made a note of that.
Okay.
Is what can the outdoorsman have in socks? What?
No.
Really?
No. If you ask any outdoorsman, there's an outdoorsman out there listening right now.
Or watching.
Or watching.
Good thing is I can hear you, Rodney.
Yeah, you can hear me. You cannot have enough. I have several knives. To start, if you have that man or woman in your life that's in the outdoors and you go, man, I don't know what to get these.
Right.
Get them. Buy them a very good knife. And there is a ton of knives that I could recommend you that you would spend. You don't have to have a $500. Look at me. You know what I noticed last week?
That's good.
That's me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I can see out my peripheral that way.
you know what's coming, don't you?
By the way, they have audio now. I don't know if they did or not, but they have audio now. For some reason, you push these things up and down, and it makes a difference of what those lights do over there.
Who knew? What do we call it? The dingamahiki.
Who knew? They seem to be dancing and having a party over there now. So
So if you couldn't hear the first part of the show,
You didn't miss a thing because now the good stuff starts.
now the good
right
stuff
here.
starts. So what do you get your outdoor guy for Christmas?
What don't you get? Answer that question. What do you not want? Is there something like
A tie.
A tie, okay, but like how
Close.
about a plaque with a singing fish? Want one of those?
Sorry, I almost spit my coffee on your computer. Yeah, do not buy the singing fish plaque. That's not an outdoor guy gift. No.
Anything that says "I wish I was fishing," a bumper sticker,
No.
a T-shirt saying
No.
no.
If honestly, for a stocking stuffer, here's okay. Dude, man, I'm glad you brought this up. You got a stocking you want to stuff for your outdoor guy. Here's a few things to put in it. Put wool socks, Wigwam brand.
Can't have enough wool socks.
Can't have enough, for wintertime when it comes. And then the Wigwam liners.
I mean, because even the outdoorsman knows that a pair of jeans will last them a month.
Absolutely.
A pair of socks you have to change like every week or so.
Yeah. Whether you need it or not.
Yeah. So if you get me 2 pair of socks, I'm good for a month.
I'm good for a month.
Yeah.
Exactly. So socks are always great. You know what? I love socks. I'm a sock fetish kind of guy.
Okay.
I like good, clean socks. And most hunters and fishermen will, because they get their feet wet, they sweat, they wear their boots.
If you can get dry socks on, you're good to go.
Man, you can be just muddy from ankle up. Put good, clean socks on, you're in business. So that's always good. Good socks. If they wear boots, get the long socks or whatever. And you know what, socks in general. Inside their stocking stuffer, put things that camping and hunting are unique in the sense that you use pretty much the same thing for both. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You get waterproof containers for your cell phones. Those little.
Well, don't forget about fishing tour too. I mean,
absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Outdoors in general, the little waterproof cases. Walmart sells this little waterproof case. Voila! Look at that. That's. I'm glad you got that.
Look at this.
That is a waterproof bag. And what was that? What was the price of this?
Guess where I bought this?
Not Bass Pro. That's not their brand. I'm gonna say Walmart.
I got no way of proving it. I actually bought this in Thailand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they sold these were everywhere.
I know they're probably
every little. Yeah, I don't even know what I spent for it, but they were very inexpensive.
Yeah.
But even stuff like this would be
that bag would hold a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it rolls up and it is waterproof.
Totally waterproof.
And I think at Walmart a bag that size is about $21.
Okay. Yeah, they're not expensive.
Yeah. You ruin your cell phone and all your stuff while you're camping, hunting, or fishing, you'd pay $21 to have it all back.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I've realized I'm a bagaholic. I love knapsacks. I like things with zippers and pockets, and
yeah,
I've got way too many. But this, the one that rolls up and
waterproof, roll.
Because you just throw it in the back of the boat, and at least it's your lunch is not going to be soggy when it's time to eat it or whatever.
For someone like me that does everything out of a canoe, those bags are essential because I put everything in the bottom of the canoe. You cannot help to get water in the bottom.
Get wet. And they're not so big that they're not inconvenient.
You know what's funny is that there's several brands of those, and you can get that size bag that costs anywhere from $21 to $150.
Yeah,
same size bag.
Yeah,
different makers, different. Now the durability may change. I'm not sure. I've never been able to wear the $21 bag out.
I would rather spend $20 on a bag, not worry about it.
Yeah.
As long as it's going to keep my stuff dry. Yeah. If I spend $150 on the same bag, I'm like, do I really want to roll around the bottom of the boat? Exactly. Don't get your fish guts on it. You know what I mean?
Don't shoot your arrow through it.
Don't shoot your arrow through it. So $20, you throw your stuff in there. It's dry. You heave it in the boat and you move on.
Yeah. If you wore it out once a year, to get to $150, you'd have to wear 15 of them out,
So you can't have enough knives.
So you can't have enough knives. I mean, there's pocket knives, there's Bowie knives, there's fillet knives. If you're a fisherman, if you have a fisherman, he can never have enough fillet knives.
So here's a question then. So knives are very practical use for any outdoorsman, whether you're on land or marine or whatever. But what about the practical versus the gadget?
Yeah.
Do most outdoorsmen get turned off by the gadgets? I saw a knife that had a light built into it, so you can clean your fish at night.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That's the gadget you don't want to buy.
So,
Don't.
I could see most outdoorsmen going. I mean,
Right.
getting very.
Hey, look, here's a light
Not very
on my
entertained
knife.
with the.
Yeah. No, don't fall for the gadget tree like that. It's just not most.
That's too bad.
Even if it was the best. You tell me, Mike, do I have a knife with a light on? Because it's just, there's always going to be an impractical purpose for something crazy like that. If you buy a multi-tool, you definitely want to buy the multi-tool that does cost a little bit more versus the $5 multi-tool. While it looks, you go, man, look at all that for $5. You get a knife, a screwdriver, a hammer, a car hot wire thing. You get a Cadillac, headlight. The whole spiel. And for $5, it can't be good.
You know what I mean? Outdoorsman has a junk drawer full of those things.
Full. Yeah. Trust me, I've gotten a lot of those from Christmas. Keychains that does everything but scratch your back. It's kind of
does everything except for work.
Yeah, right. Knives are always dull. The screwdrivers always break off on the first screw. So I mean, while they look cool, they're just not very practical. Let me give you a median knife price range, anywhere from 20 to on up.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Sure,
it's fair. A $20 pocket knife is a very good pocket knife. Charade, buck. There's all knives are made with good steel. If you're looking for a knife and you're going, man, I don't know what to get him. It's different types of steel. You don't need to get into all that. Just if it's a buck, Uncle Henry, Charade, which is Uncle Henry as well.
Sure.
You can get a good knife. You can get the knife that I have, the hunting knife that I still have, and I got when I was 16 years old. It's a Charade Uncle Henry, and the model number is like a 153 UH. It's got an imitation bone handle, and I'll post a picture of it. And it's a great knife. And inside the leather sheath, it has a knife sharpener. Now,
cool. Yeah.
I took the one that was out and I went and shopped for a diamond knife sharpener that would fit in that pouch because the knife sharpener was a little cheap sharpener.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It wasn't great for survival situations, but I keep this knife razor sharp, and it's been razor sharp for 30 plus years.
What about rounds of ammo?
Rounds of ammo are always good.
I would think that's something you couldn't get enough of.
22 shells now.
Expendable type of thing.
Absolutely. Like that, if you know someone with a 22 rifle, you buy them 22 shells, you'll be stocking stuffer. Excuse me. You'll be the hero of Christmas.
I would that would be a cool gift, right?
Great idea. Absolutely great. Yeah, rounds of ammo is always a great idea. If you know the caliber.
Yeah, if you know the caliber, that's actually kind of a thoughtful gift, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Nothing fancy, but that outdoorsman's going to love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if they have a hunting rifle, if they have a 308 or something like that, not so much round. Don't buy them rounds because when I set my sights to a particular round, boat tail. There's
really?
A lot, yeah. There's grains.
Okay, we got an episode coming up, right?
Yeah. So there's a lot of logistics to a hunting rifle. So kind of skip that in. If you've got a handgun, if you've got a 22 rifle or something like that, great.
Okay, cool.
I gotcha. Stick on that end of it.
What about fishing lures?
Fishing lures are kind of you kind of have a tendency to go to the cheap drawer for fishing lures if you really don't know what type of fishing. Here's the problem about fishing lures: buying a fisherman fishing lures. Some fishermen, you could buy me a fishing lure and I'd be happy with whatever you got because I fish. I have a situation for every lure that's out there. A lot of fishermen, and I'm telling you, the majority have a thing that they stick to. They're afraid to get away from their go-to.
Thing. Yeah,
that's their thing. So if you have a worm fisherman, what your husband, boyfriend, cousin, sister, whoever fishes, your niece, if you look in their bag and you see all worms, they're not a crankbait person. They're not going to have confidence on that crankbait, and they're most likely not going to use it. Crankbaits range from $4 to $9, $12.
So you're wasting your money at that.
So you really, I think at that point you're kind of wasting your money. So fishing lures, hooks, that kind of terminal tackle, I'd kind of stay away from if you have a fisherman, unless they give you a list of what do I like.
Well, I will say this. if you're buying the lures for stocking stuffers, make sure to keep them inside the packaging.
Yeah. Yes.
That's a mess.
That's
You don't want to
always hurts. Always hurts. So yeah, that's absolutely perfect. And you know what? Another great thing to buy your outdoorsman, the GoPro. I mean, honestly, there's not an outdoorsman alive that don't want to film, see himself or his friends not on camera. It's all of our dreams.
You know what? You know, you're talking my language.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about GoPro is I don't care what you're into.
Doesn't matter. Skateboarding,
whatever it is, you can find a way to use this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just strap it on and go, whether you're
always a way
out, you know, indoors, outdoors, marine, you know. Yeah.
Ladies, put it on your back. Get yourself a booty cam. I'm just saying.
That's what I use it for.
Mike's booty cam.
The GoPro 4 is perfect.
Go to MikeBootyCam.com and right there it is.
Now, you know what? Here is some outside the box thinking that our good friend Tony Young posted on my FWC talking about the holidays coming and this time of the year. One suggestion was, well, first of all, like, what about subscriptions? Subscription to a Field and Stream magazine or fishing. This is not Tony's idea. This was mine. I got to take credit for this one.
Yeah. You know what? I got a subscription one year to Playboy. No.
Boy's Life.
No, it was man, what was that? It was a gun magazine.
The Grit. You remember the Grit magazine?
Dude. The Grit was
the Grit newspaper.
tough.
I used to sell the Grit.
Oh my gosh. What was it was Guns and Ammo. Duh.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I got Guns and Ammo for Christmas one year as a subscription. Honestly, it was the best freaking gift I ever got. You know, it was cool because she thought ahead, and I got the Guns and Ammo, the first issue, in my stocking.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a great way to do it.
So yeah, the first issue was in my stocking, ready to go.
Yeah, I used to love getting magazines for in my stocking.
Yeah, absolutely. Magazines
it also expands and kinds of holds the form of the stocking too. When you curl it up and put it inside the stocking, it kind of expands and keeps it open. Keeps so you can throw all the other
and you can
inside.
Put your lures in there without boxes.
There you go. But the other thing Tony had mentioned is licenses.
Oh,
what if you bought somebody their license for the next year?
That is freaking awesome.
And he also talked about the FWC is doing lifetime licenses
for 16 and younger.
16 to 21.
Oh, 16. Is that the age? 16 to 21.
I think it was 16 to 21.
Yeah, for $500 versus $1,000.
Yes. For that age group, $500. But what a great idea.
That is a great idea.
If you have a youngster coming up and you're living in Florida, and it's whether you're in the state of Florida or not,
right?
Or if you move out and come back, you can still.
Yeah, if it's a lifetime license, membership. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
A lifetime license.
You have a lifetime license in the state of Florida. And if you're in that age bracket, you know, mine and your age bracket, we'd have to live 327 to use it all. You know what I mean? But that's when I saw that, none of my kids are in that age bracket. Yeah, I would have done it.
No, I think that's a phenomenal
Absolutely.
idea. And another thing he had mentioned, I think this is the kind of the combination gifts, like you get somebody, you know, like a subscription to Guns and Ammo, and you get them a round of ammo. You know, so that combination type of gift. He said, "What about this? We've talked about Florida, the Trophy Catch program. Register them for the Trophy Catch program, and get them a scale." To measure the fish with.
That's absolutely a great idea.
Isn't that a great combination?
That is a great.
I thought stuff like that.
That's actually a great idea, Mike. Did you think of that one?
No, that was Tony Young.
I'll be damned.
FWC, his newest article.
How come I've not read that one? Did I not get that one?
I got an email and I said, you know, let me check out what Tony's got to say.
Yeah.
And it was right up. Yeah, I thought it was brilliant though.
That's absolutely brilliant. And those are the outdoor things that like I said, the outdoorsman is so easy to buy for. A lot of times you overthink it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Every outdoorsman cannot have enough of those waterproof bags.
Yeah.
Can't have enough.
No.
And if you get them a GoPro, think of the accessories. You just open yourself up to many Christmases.
Because just think, you're right. Exactly. You can never have, because what if you've got yours, but what if next time your cousin and his girlfriend's coming out and they're at the boat and Now they've got their phone and they're not prepared. You just grab another one of those waterproof bags, throw it in there.
Dump them in there. Absolutely.
There you go.
You can ton of store stuff.
You can ton of store stuff big time.
Did you see me get stuck on that? I was like, so yeah, you can store a ton of stuff in there. So that's absolutely. I'm trying to. I mean, there's just so much. Get a starter kit.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Some of that thought, thinking outside the box like that goes a long way.
Yeah.
I tell you what, probably if you really want to go, it doesn't cost a lot of money, but the thoughtfulness goes a long way. You could probably get somebody like a combination pack, like get them a subscription to like the Rodney Rogers podcast and the YouTube channel. It's very inexpensive.
And we'll throw that in for free.
Yeah.
We'll give them that for free until Christmas.
Yep.
And we may extend it, but right now, until the 25th.
It's those combination, thoughtful, outside the box.
Yeah. Hamster, they can buy the Rodney Rogers hamster.
A lifetime subscription.
We actually have a few subscribers, by the way, want to our newsletter.
Good. Really?
Should I? Is there something I should do at to this point? Should I actually do a newsletter, Mike? We have some subscribers. They're waiting.
Yeah. Send them an email asking for some money.
I'll get to cracking on that.
So what are we talking about tonight?
Man,
we killed all of our quarters in this one pony ride?
No, that was actually a really good topic.
Good.
And we could literally spend the whole show on that topic.
Well, it is Christmas, so keep your outdoors, man or women, in mind, and
definitely
find some way, creative way of, I'd love to just be interesting to hear whatever somebody's favorite Christmas gift was, or, do you have a favorite outdoor Christmas gift that you've received?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Do you really?
I do. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
My wife had bought me for Christmas a Browning 40 caliber high power. I still have it today, and I've had it for about 20 years now. That was my most favorite outdoor Christmas gift, was that Browning high power. When I opened that box, that was just the best of the best. As a kid, I got my first bait caster that my dad bought me. That was friggin' awesome. I still have my first Zebco 33. That's an oldie, but a goodie. You don't realize how much those have changed. I thought that was, when I got that shiny thing, man, because they were metal back then. They were all metal. I mean, it actually had some weight to it. Now it's plastic, probably 40% plastic, thin metal tops.
Yeah.
And the handles, but not this one. It's still one. I mean, it's solid. Which is an awesome. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, that's some pretty cool outdoor gifts.
So do we have a topic for tonight? Are we talking about things? We got things we're talking about, right?
Okay. Yes, we do. So we do have a topic, and I'll just touch base on it. And
just give me a teaser. Yeah.
Here's a teaser. I got to spend the weekend on the farms of Myakka. Remember the old cowboy we talked about?
Where is your Akka?
Myakka?
Yeah.
It is it's east. East of Bradenton in Sarasota.
Okay. A couple, 2.5 hours.
About right at 2 hours.
Okay.
Away. You get down in Myakka, there's nothing but farms, cattle farms.
Okay.
A lot of cattle going out there. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight.
All right.
We're going to talk about some cattle.
Take a break and talk about some cattle.
Here we go. Gnarly barley, come see why the whole world's singing.
What are you doing?
Dude, I am writing a song for Gnarly Barley.
I see that, but first of all, I didn't realize you could sing. Second of all, why don't you just tell the people how great the Gnarly Barley is, give them the address, and move on with the show?
Dude, have you ever had their flatbread? Their jalapeno flatbread with the cream cheese on top, and the chicken, and the special sauce on it? Holy moly. No, wait a minute. Obviously, by the look on your face, you ain't never had that big time fiesta. Jalapenos, provolone cheese, tomatoes, red onions, and again, fiesta lime.
Okay, that's it. Shut up, Chubb. We're out of here.
Are you serious?
Come on, we're out of here.
Truly one of Orlando's hidden gems, the Gnarly Barley offers a contemporary selection of bites and brews, serving a mind-blowing selection of craft beers and original mouth-watering menu creations. The Gnarly Barley and its incredibly accommodating staff have created a place that really is difficult to put into words. So do yourself a huge favor and come see why people are singing the praises of the Gnarly Barley.
Oh my goodness.
I told you that big time fiesta.
That is phenomenal. I totally get why you're trying to write a song for that.
Not as simple as you thought, huh?
No. Okay, check this out. Gnarly barley, come see why the whole town's singing gnarly barley. Bison blues.
Located at 7431 South Orange Avenue in Orlando, Florida.
Bites and Brews. That song gets stuck in my head all the time, by the way.
Barley. All right, we're talking
So here we are. I got to spend some time
Mayeka.
over in Mayak, and a lot of cattle people over there. A lot of cattle people. I mean, that's pretty much predominantly what they do over there. There are some plumbers and some painters and stuff like that. But I got to spend some time with my buddy, and I always love spending time with him. He's got some cattle himself. So basically, Saturday we woke up. You know, he had some cows breeding. You know, he was breeding some cows, and he's actually raising some beef for himself. So I kind of, got my mind just rolling, man. You know, is it cost effective to raise your own beef? I asked myself so many questions. So he's done it for years, and I had another buddy that did it for years, and so we go over to visit. I don't know if you remember last Thanksgiving, I talked about the cowboy that I sat and he showed me this book of brands. That's where we went, to Mr. Richard's house.
Really?
Yeah. So we got to hang out with Mr. Richard. Guy's 80 years old, just as funny as he can be, sharp as a freaking razor knife. I mean, this guy is it, So while we were there, he says, we that's where we picked the cows up that were breeding. So he says, yeah, we're going to be butchering one of the cows later. And I perked my ears up.
Oh, yeah.
Never butchered a cow. I deer, hog, the whole spiel, but never a cow. So I was like, I looked at my buddy, and so we go home, and he goes, we got a couple options. We can go fishing today, or we can go Mr. Richards and butcher a cow. And I was like, oh, we're butchering a cow.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I want to go butcher the cow. I fished a million times. I could tell those stories all day long. So we go over there, and sure enough, they got a 600-pound cow. They're butchering about all cleaned and off the hook, bone just hanging in the freezer. They've got it. It's about right at 500 pounds. It was 800 pounds so they had about a little less than, actually right at 500 pounds of meat hanging weight. They quartered it. There's obviously four quarters.
Wow. So
we're only going to do half tonight, that night. And we started about 1:30 and we got done about 10:30 at night.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So there's a lot to butcher in a cow. I mean, he's got a full butcher shop, stainless steel, everything, saws, and just you name it, it's there. The grinders, the cubers, the packagers, there's just the whole spiel. So I was excited, so, Mr. Richard sharpens the knife, and, being the new guy, he says, see this knife? I said, yes, sir. He said, this is my knife. That's all he had to say. You don't touch that knife, He goes, he held it, he goes, here, hold this, I held it, and he goes, see how sharp it is. And, and sure enough, it was razor sharp, and he says, that's it. You got to hold my knife. Everybody gets to hold it once. You just did it. It's your once. So we go over, we get the first slab, which is, the rib, the front quarter. What's called the front quarter, which is the front leg, the ribs, that shoulder blade there. And we're basically taking meat off of it. Now, mostly what we took off of that was just the, a few roast off of it, mostly ground beef.
Okay.
Is mostly what we took off of that. There's a few round steaks, or not round steaks, but a few roast that we took off of it on the most part, but predominantly hamburger. And then we got out of that, we got about 70 pounds of hamburger out of it.
Wow.
So basically
out of just the one quarter.
Just that one quarter. So basically we go in, we're just cutting fat, and we're separating fat from meat. You know what I mean? So now they're what they do is they take the front quarter meat and the back quarter meat, and they mix it all together because, the back is a little more lean. You got
sure. Yeah.
He explained all this. We could do a show just on that. You know what I mean? So, of course, that during the cutting, I'm asking, well, man, what's cattle? I mean, here we are. Must be cheap to raise your own beef. So I started asking those questions. How long does it take to raise your beef? So if you buy this cow, so, you know, he's giving me the whole spiel, and my buddy is doing it as well. So if you buy your cow in the market, it's going to take you about 2 years before you can put that booger
Really?
in the shop, because you want to, basically what you're doing, you're getting it up to a weight, not necessarily an age,
Sure.
but you want it to a weight.
Sure.
And obviously, the younger the cow, the better your cuts are, more tender your cuts are going to be. If it's an older cow, 4 years plus, they'll just grind the whole thing up and keep hamburger. They'll keep a few roasts here and there, but most of it's going to be hamburger. So basically, you're buying your cow from the market and you're feeding this thing. You're grass feeding it for about 18 months till it gets about 600 pounds. The last 90 days, you're starting to feed it out. It's going to eat a ton of food in 3 months. You know, a ton of food is a lot of food. So basically, it's going to cost you about $5,000 to raise this cow for 2 years. So I was doing the math, and I was going to break out all these figures, but to buy that cow at the market at 200 pounds and raise it to 800 pounds to get ready to butcher, it's not cost effective. It really ain't. And that's if you're doing it on your own. Now, that's not counting your you got to have wormers and shots. You got to give this cattle.
Well, that's okay. So that's breaking it down to one cow.
One cow.
And now you multiply it to a farmer who's farming 500 or 1,000.
As much as 10,000. Absolutely as much as 10,000 cattle.
Wow.
Yeah, in a day. Oh, you done looked. I was going to give you a quiz.
Quiz me.
Okay.
Like I remember all those numbers.
Let's go the top 5 cattle raising states in the United States right now. As of 2014, who would you say the number 1 cattle raising state is?
I would say like Kansas.
Okay, Kansas.
A lot of flat land.
Actually, not bad. Kansas is number 3.
Okay.
They're number 3. And you know what? And I would have never. Texas is number 1. Texas is the number 1.
Yeah.
Texas, I could see. Kansas gets a lot colder. I would have thought we raised more than Kansas, honestly, to tell you the truth.
Because Florida's up there, though, isn't that? I don't know what they are, but I mean, they're
you'd be surprised where Florida's at. Not even in the top 5.
Really?
Yeah. So let's go number 2. Who would you think number 2 is?
Okay, so it's not Texas and it's not Kansas. I would say California.
Okay, California is way down on the list as well. So actually, I don't even see California on there. They have it. Nebraska is number 2. Okay. Actually, yeah, California is in the top 5. California is number 4.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and throw number 5 out there is Oklahoma. I'm gonna do the top 10. How's that?
Okay.
You got Oklahoma, that's number 5. Missouri, number 6. Iowa, number 7. South Dakota, I would have never guessed South Dakota at number 8. Wisconsin, known for their cheese. I would have not guessed them at number 9. And then Montana at 10.
Okay.
One of the things is, and Texas produces about 10 million.
Well, I guess when you think of ranching, though, you think of Oklahoma and Montana.
Yeah,
and those,
exactly.
Kind of those
Western cowboy Western. Yeah, and that makes sense. Actually, Florida is actually tied with Pennsylvania, right around 19th.
Wow.
So yeah,
I would have guessed because I was always surprised that Florida was. You don't think of Florida as a cattle state, but living here, I realize that it actually is.
Yeah, Osceola's.
Although I wouldn't
down
have
by
guessed
Okeechobee.
Pennsylvania was.
I wouldn't either. Honestly, I would not either. Kentucky's up there ahead of. There's quite a few ahead of, and we're talking from Texas producing 11 million, down to Florida producing less than 2.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but when you think of that, like Florida being even ranking anywhere, that's actually surprising because when you think how much swampland is Florida is,
right? You know what?
And what's not swampland has been developed.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what? You're
it's
right.
Surprising we even have.
Surprised we're in the top 20. Yeah, you're talking out of all the states, 50 states. We're not going to throw Hawaii in there. 87,730,000 cattle. And we still cannot produce enough cattle, enough beef for the United States. Because you figure 45% of that 87 million in weight, 45% of that is waste. It's just the bones, the hide. It's, you know, it's the
Sure.
waste of the cow. So only 45% of that is usable beef. So I know this is probably statistics people don't want to hear, but this is just where my mind went working with these cattle this weekend. You know, how effective is it? Because when I go buy a hamburger, it ranges from $3.99 a pound to mom and pop shop at $2.39 a pound. You know what I mean? Lean and ground and
Sure.
chuck, and you know, you're trying to figure out, and basically all it is it's the amount of fat that's cut out of it. Now we could have made all this beef as lean as it could possibly get. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But we didn't. So that's kind of what I was just. That's where I was this weekend. Pigs and cows.
So that's really a good experience though, because
It really was. It was.
I mean, if that's not part of your normal life, you have to take advantage of being able to participate in something
absolutely.
like
It was an interesting subject, and I thought, man, I just want to share.
And I suppose it would create just a ton of questions as you went along.
And I'm still doing a ton of research because they were pointing out this is this cow, this is that cow. There's a difference between a cow and a heifer, a steer and a bull. I mean, you know, and
so where you clean? You just did the one cow.
We just did the half a cow, and it took us about 7 hours.
And that's all that was in this. I picture it like a morgue.
Right. You'd picture right. Hanging okay. Beef. Just whole
But
sides.
There wasn't other parts of cows. I mean, that was pretty clean except for the one you were working on.
Oh, yeah. There was all hanging beef sides.
Okay.
You know, they cut these cows right in half. And they hang them anywhere from 15 to 45 days.
But it's a cold environment?
It's anywhere from 35 to 40 degrees.
Okay.
Just above freezing. And they want to age this beef to give it that more tender. Basically,
so they age it after they've slaughtered it.
They age it after they've slaughtered it. Exactly right. They age it up to 45 days. So I asked the old farmer, Mr. Richards, he's butchered cows for 80, 70 years, a long time, 60 years straight. If you had to pick his cut, you know,
sure,
I had to ask.
Oh yeah.
What's your favorite cut of beef? T-bone.
I like a fillet.
Okay, perfect. Mine is a ribeye.
Okay.
I asked him that question. I said, "What's your favorite cut?" You know what he says? Can't beat a hamburger. You can't beat a hamburger. Get all the cuts you want. There's never a piece of beef more tender than a hamburger.
Yeah.
And he hit it right on the head. How many hamburgers do they sell?
Yeah.
80 quadrillion.
Yeah.
So that was my experience this weekend. I had a super blast this weekend. I got to ride a horseback bareback for the first time. I thought that was awesome. Not that I've never ridden horses. I am an outdoors man. I've done it many times.
Well, that's the first, but then you said you turned around and let the horse ride you bareback too. So I still haven't been able to paint that picture in my mind. Yet,
it's a picture I won't soon forget. I'll tell you that. So yeah, it was an awesome weekend. Thank you, Tim and family, for having me and really teaching me the ropes.
Very cool.
And watching the girls just, you know, mess with the horse. It was an awesome. I worked harder this weekend. I do all week at work, and I enjoyed every
hard, play hard.
And that's what the outdoors is about.
Yeah.
We didn't fish, we didn't hunt, we didn't chase squirrels.
Yeah.
We butchered cattle.
It's all part of the game, right?
It's all part of the game, Mike Coy.
That's funny. Well, just in case you didn't know it, I mean, we kind of joke about it a lot, but the Rodney Rogers Outdoors.com homepage is kind of our home territory where you can reach all your social links to your Facebook page, your Google Plus. You can see the video podcast. You can hear the audio. If you go there, you can get it. You can get it all. I've also just added a search button at the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to the Rodney Rogers Outdoors homepage, and look at there's you. So thankful. You can just type in there. So, for example, if you want to just type turkey, so you get anything related to turkeys on the Rodney Rogers. They're talking turkey hunting 101. So
nice.
Since we've been doing this a year now, we're actually starting to get a little bit of a library of stuff we like to talk about. So
we actually do have a library. I saw it. It's pretty impressive.
So yeah, so there is now a search button at the bottom of Rodney Rogers camping. And so whatever. Check it out. It's a lot of fun. Having fun building this as time progresses, you know.
That is awesome. Maybe I should check that site out a little more.
Check it out once in a while. Go there. You know what's funny is I don't think I ever told you this because Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, the week before you went duck hunting.
Yes.
And we were supposed to be in DeLand that weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually got in the car to go. I think I told you the story.
Right. Yeah.
To go, but the weather was just funky.
Yeah.
My wife's like, where are we going? And so we actually turned around. We went to Panera. It was like 6:00 in the morning, and turned around, and of course, my wife couldn't wait just to get back in bed. Left her Panera on the counter, and I'm thinking, Rodney's. Oh, this is the day Rodney was duck hunting. I should just drive down and meet him in Kissimmee,
Right,
because we talked about that. So actually, I headed out to meet you guys, and I saw your post, and you were, it's like, not the day we thought, it's raining, it's blowing. And I said, okay, cut my losses, I'll go back. And so, so I turned back and came home and, quietly come back inside, shut the door, trying not to wake my wife up. Of course, then I get back in bed and snuggle up next to her, so have a little bit of different type of anticipation in mind,
right.
This time. And I just whispered to her, I'm like, man, the weather's lousy out there. 15 years of marriage without missing a beat. She says, yeah. And would you believe my husband's out there fishing and hunting in that crap? Wow.
Michael, I didn't see that coming. Perfect.
Yeah.
There
you go.
Well, there you have it, Mike. Phenomenal show.
Likewise.
Thank you. And just a quick note where we have the chili cook-off coming up. And we'll talk more about that in the next couple of weeks. And as my mama said 10,000 times, and I'll say it at least 1,000,000, you kids get outside and stay.